Hi everybody, Jo here again. How are you doing? Now today I'm coming in with a fun design that will be suitable for a male. So this is what I've come up with. Now we've got lots of fabulous tree stamps that you can decide to use for this, and I've just gone for one which is I'll move it this way, a beautiful set of trees on one stamp. Now it might be you want to create your own design, your own scenescape and stamp trees singly, but again I thought if you're one of our lovely new friends and followers, I'm only using 2 stamps and you get this fabulous design. And also for those of you that wanted smaller cards, this all starts on a piece of multifarious 4 inches by 4 inches. So for me, some copy of paper, just because it makes me feel better when I'm doing my stamping. And if you're not sure where you're going to actually stamp the design, use your acetate and just pop it on. This is a fabulous size, you know, if you do panel cards. I've done a couple of panel cards with this. Or if you wanted to do it on a card front and you were using, say, one of the 6x6, use either your sticker stencil or your Lavinia low tack tape and create yourself a smaller square. So again, lots of possibilities. Versafine Clair, the black, the Nocturne, and that's the only Versafine ink I'm using today. So again, if you're just starting off and you've not got any of the other fabulous colours, black is all you need. And I'm going to start, get my card straight, and I'm going to sort of stamp along the base here. Now for me, I don't want the join to be in the middle. So I'm stamping sort of 2/3 with one stamp, and then I'll come in with the other and hopefully see if I can sort of match it up. But we shall see. Now you could stamp it once in the middle and match it up either side, but I'm thinking we only want to match it up once, don't we? So I'm thinking I'm going to go for that and we'll see. If it slightly overlaps, I don't mind, because obviously that will help with sort of perspective and my trees will just overlap. So I don't mind that. I like that shape. So what I'm going to do now, give that a blot, because it's a slower drying ink. And we're going to start create that fabulous background. We'll just get rid of that for the minute. Elements ink, I'm coming in with Mermaid first. I just need a brush for Mermaid. And I'm going to blend in the lid, but I just want to sort of take the whiteness off the card. And this blue is just almost going to give me a bit of a backdrop, just to start and add some colour. It's almost my base. So again, don't worry. If you get odd lines, sometimes it can just be something that's in the card. So again, just go with it, no pressure. But what we will do now is Midnight Blue. And again, non-slip matte, so the lid, I can blend in the lid look. And I'm just going to add, now mine's a well-used ink pad, so I'm just going to come in straight from my ink pad and just blend along the bottom, corners, and I'm just going to add some colour all the way around. And down the sides. Again, just build it up nicely. And then Flying Fig. Now, I love this colour, and I just want to introduce this again. I'm blending in the lid, and I just choose an area. So we'll add some in the middle there, but I'll just come up with some over here. And I'm just bringing some purple into that sky. Can you see how we're just building up this sky? So I'll just darken that edge and then darken this corner. Now, I finished with the ink for the minute, but I've got this here. So let's mop this up And I'm just going to look in my stencils that I've got on the go. Background, I think we'll add some to this one. This was just a clean up. I think that's the Flora stencil. So this I can just add in the background and that'll dry beautifully. So we'll... Don't want to waste that, do we? I'm trying to mop up as much as I can. So what I'm going to do now is add some water splatters. So my fan brush, just a couple. Now, we've done this before. This time what we're going to do is I'm going to get a little cello bag. And this is one, just, I bet you like me and you keep all the ones that your stamps come in, don't you? And you're just going to move that ink around, sort of squidge it a bit. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. And then I'm going to come in with my heat tool and just heat it up. So sing amongst yourselves. Again, I always heat from the back. Now you can look at it and decide, now I want a little bit more, so I'm going to come in and you can just play. I want a little bit more, and I've got some ink on here, look. So I want to use this and just re-squidge. And again, give that a dry. Again, always heat from the back as well as the front. And you get this wonderful, and that for me is a fabulous place now to start. So what I'm going to do, now you could leave it like this if you wanted. I mean, it's beautiful and dry. I want to just stamp the birds and then I'm going to add a little bit more colour. So we've got a fabulous bird stamp. And what I'm thinking is I just, again, use your acetate with it printed, and what I think is I like this area here, and I think if I stamp that, look, I love the shape and how it almost flows the birds from there. So use that printed acetate and have a look to see exactly where you want to stamp, because you don't want to stamp the birds and then think, oh, I wish I'd not done that. Because, come on, I bet you like me, we've all done that at some point, haven't we? So I like that shape there. So stamp them as though they're just flying off. Now again, I'm going to give that a bit of a blot. And then I just want to manipulate the colour a little bit. So what I'm thinking is a little bit of Pixie Green at the base. And look, sometimes when I lift my lids off, if you're like me, your lid may have some ink in. So I don't need to ink from the actual ink pad. I can just pick it up from the lid, look. And just introducing some green down here, it changes that whole design. I'm just giving the idea where the trees are. Just a bit deeper at the base, but there we go. Love that. And then I'm thinking around the edges, I want it a bit deeper still. So in these corners. And again, you will look at your design and you'll decide exactly. I just want it to really frame that sort of idea in the sky. And for me, last little bit, I want to bring in some confetti, because I don't want to actually put a moon or a sun here. I don't know if this is day, night. Now you might want to add a moon mask. I'm just going to add a little pink, so almost give the idea that the sun is just setting, and confetti is lovely for this. Pink elephant might be quite strong, so again, just if you've got pink elephant, just take it easy. But I'm thinking to give the idea that the sun is just setting. You know, you get that pinky tinge in the sky, and can you see it's just setting behind the trees there, but then we've got this a storm coming, you know, like it does. Now, is it me or am I overthinking it? I mean, you know, now we could mop that up, but we've done one mop up, so for speed. So now it's those fun finishing little tricks. And I'm going to come in with a jelly roll, and this is the clear, but it has sort of sparkle to it. And again, you know, when the sort of moon, the sun, you get that almost sparkle, don't you? This could be moonlight, or as I say, the sun's setting and you're just getting that sparkle on the trees. So I'm not going to overdo it, but I just want, now you know I'm not very good at my camera work, can you see? I'm just trying to get that bit of sparkle. And these lovely jelly roll pens are really good for this. Now they do come in all different colours. So we'll have a little bit of sparkle. And then I want to add these lovely, can you see these lovely silver orbs? Now it might be you want to add some white Posca at this point, but I'm going for the lovely glitter, and this is the drop of shimmer. So I'm going to give it a shake just to activate all that shimmer. But make sure the lid's on, I was very brave there, turned it upside down, didn't check the lid was on. That could have been a whole different story, couldn't it? And I'm just going to get my brush. And then I'm just going to get a tiny bit and add some lovely splatters. Now, again, I don't want too many. Don't want to spoil it. But this just dries beautifully. And a little tip, when I put mine back in my water pot, I'm not going to change that water because it will have a touch of shimmer in it. So I'll use that on a couple of other projects and it almost gives me shimmery water. So if ever you need shimmery water, you can literally just put your paintbrush, do some splatters and put it in your water pot. Now, if you look, that's what we've got. And to be honest, they don't look anything until they dry. And when they dry a little, just for me, I get my mangaka or my Posca and put a little dot, can you see, on the silver. It works better when it's dry. And it almost highlights the silver even more. Now, I've backed mine here on a sort of pinky purpley lilac sort of card after the black. But when I was looking at my colours, it's amazing how this design changed if I added green card behind it, or purple, or just the black. So again, I'm hoping this helps you with a design for a mail card, but also it might give you an idea. Do you need a card for a different reason? Would this fit the bill? Have you got these lovely trees, or are you going to use other trees? So I hope you've enjoyed that. Anyway, you take care. Much love and hugs from me. Bye for now.